looking at the inside of a pristine 1998 Honda Civic that I paid $1,500 for, believe it or not. This thing runs, drives, has working AC. It is an absolute ripper. Believe it or not, even with the astronomically high purchase price of this vehicle, it does have its fair share of quirks and issues, if you will. So today's video is going to be fixing a couple of those issues. I grabbed some parts from the junkyard and we're just gonna hop right into it. I may have lied about getting right into it. I just want to preface this entire video and build series by saying I have never done a build series on YouTube before. I've only posted a couple videos. So if the first 100 videos are atrocious, then just bear with me. I am learning as we go. So with that being said, enjoy the video. Issue number one is going to be this gauge cluster cover right here. We are going to have to replace that. As you can see in that seat, I have a new one that I pulled from the junkyard. So by new, I mean off of a slightly less beat up Civic. We are going to be cleaning that up and putting that on, and that will take care of the very obvious crack that is in the gauge cluster cover. But before we get into that, I just wanted to give you an outside view of this absolute beast. As you can see, the paint is perfect. Never seen one in better condition, honestly. You open it up, you got your absolutely anemic D16 Y7 non-VTEC motor. We will be handling that in a later video. It's quite dirty under here, but we will handle that in a later video as well. Same with this intake. Anything you see wrong, don't blame me for, because I didn't do it. You guys are getting the authentic Florida experience in this one because I went inside for 2 seconds to grab cleaning supplies, and you can't really see that, but it is raining now. So we're gonna clean it in the rain. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know if you want to see me restore that John boat that's covered in a tarp over there that you can't even tell is a John boat. So in case you need help figuring this out, to clean the plastic, spray it with cleaner and wipe it off, and that should get you where you want to be. A toothbrush might help with this part to get like really down in those cracks and crevices, but it's not entirely necessary. I'm doing it with just a microfiber and it should work fine. So make sure there's nothing on that. If the outside's still a little dirty, you can always clean it after. Oh my God. So I went to grab a new microfiber that's not going to leave lint all over it as I clean it, and the rain got significantly worse. As you can tell, I think someone is out to get me. I'm gonna wipe down the thing. Once you've gotten it clean to your liking, you can go ahead and take the 2 Phillips head screws out of the top of the dashboard, and I will show you what that looks like now. So there's going to be a Phillips head screw here and here. Take those out, and then this should just pop right out. Now, if your luck is anything at all like mine, it will have had 1 screw, and you will have just broken the place for that screw. But fear not, you can take that 1 screw and put it on the side that didn't have a screw that you didn't break. I'm actually a genius. Anyways, let's continue. You'll need to take out that screw, that screw, that screw, and that screw, and then this will slide out. Once you take all 4 screws out, you should be able to gently wiggle the gauge cluster towards you. Once you have the dash out this far, you can go ahead and take the clips off here, here, and under here for the clear plastic piece, and it should just pull right off. Just be gentle when you do it so you don't break the actual housing. because then you have to replace your gauge cluster, and that's just not ideal. So that comes off. I'm gonna get the remnants of the old clips out of here. Looks like it's just this one. Now I'm going to re-examine my new gauge cluster. Make sure there's no dust on the back of it. Now that I'm happy with how clean it is, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on. Make sure you get the little trip setter in its hole, and be super gentle with these clips because you don't want to break the gauge cluster you just bought. That would really suck. And just go ahead and gently press the clips in all the way around. And you should be good. So it looks good. Now you can go ahead and do what we started out doing in reverse. Just wiggle it back into place. These Honda clusters don't have a lot of room, I've noticed, but it does just slide back. You just gotta be gentle not to break these ears off. And we'll go right back into its spot, just like that. I'm gonna reinstall all your screws and you will be good to go. And there you have it. That is the finished product. I think it looks 1,000 times better. It's obviously not the perfect gauge cluster cover, but it came out of a junkyard car and it doesn't have a crack in it. So it's good enough for me. It definitely made the inside of the car look a lot cleaner and not as beat up. I'm gonna get working on the next thing we need to fix in this video. I've just come up with a name. It's gonna be Rhonda. Sounds kind of like a dirty old stripper. I think it's very fitting. So our next mission is going to be to take the door panels off and figure out why Rhonda doesn't have any locking doors. And then we're gonna put rear door handles on because Rhonda didn't come with rear door handles. So let's get right into it. Now, if I'm guessing correctly, there's going to be a clip right here. This will come off and then there will be some screws or some bolts behind it. So let's see if I'm right. Kind of thought I broke it, but I didn't, so that's good. And there's no screws. There's supposed to be though, and that might be why this window switch doesn't work. I feel like I'm finding out more and more about this car as I go. So if there's not screws here, or if you've taken them out, you can go ahead and just pull the door panel off. Pull from the bottom and then lift up. There's like a little channel here. And I see a lot of stuff wrong. So this car has no rear speakers. That's one issue. This is the door latch for the handle. So it should be able to get that to work. This plug. These are all really gross. But I think if I put this back together, plug everything in, it should work. The only thing we're missing is this little nub that goes up when you lock the door, but I guess we can find that at a later time. I'm gonna grab our pristine door handle and try to remember how this goes. face this way. So this rod needs to go in here. I don't know the exact orientation, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. Okay. Bring the phone over here so you can see. That is how it needs to be clipped in. It goes straight down through, and then this clips on the back side of it. And then to put these door handles in, you just put them in here, and then they slide into place, but I can't do it with one hand. There you go. And there should be a screw right there, but again, someone got rid of all the screws. So I'm gonna put this little trim piece back on. I'm gonna go get the keys and see if this window rolls down. I don't know if you saw that, but now that I've plugged all the now that I've plugged all the plugs in on that door, none of the other windows besides the driver's work. So that's a weird issue. I'm just gonna put the other door handle on, and we're gonna call this video quits. I'm gonna try to figure that out on my own time, and if I do figure it out, I'll make a video on it. Now, I know I said I was gonna put this door handle on and call it quits, but I can't help myself. This door doesn't open from the outside, and I wanna know why that is. So I'm gonna take this door panel off as well and try to figure that out. Everything's plugged in. Oh, so this is the reason there's no door locks, is because this is what pushes that little pin up, and it doesn't exist anymore. And maybe that's the reason that this doesn't unlock anymore. Yeah, I think that is unlock right there. And if we close the door, I am willing to bet that it opens now. Oh, never mind. Oh, still no reasoning for that door handle not working. If we look up in there, we pull on it. Ah, there is no linkage. So I'm gonna go look at the other side, see what the linkage is supposed to look like, and see if I can fix that. So I looked at the other side and found out that there's, well, clearly there's linkage for the door handle, but the linkage on this side is pushed way back into the door. So I'm basically just gonna have to fish that out and reattach it, and the door should work completely normal again. Still not gonna have those little push pins that come out of the top of the door, but I'm not really worried about that. That's just aesthetics. And maybe at some point I'll go to the junkyard and pull some new ones off. So I'm just gonna reach back in here, try to grab the linkage and pull it forwards, I guess. So it seems like I got the linkage on, but now we have another problem, which is that the child safety lock is stuck on. So if we can't fix that, it's not gonna, well, actually, on second thought, the door opened from the inside already, which means it's not stuck on, it's just stuck off, I guess, but it's in the on position. Super weird, but in that case, I don't need to worry about it. But let's close this before we put the door panel on and see if it opens from outside. That is a success in my book. I'm gonna go ahead and put both door panels back on, and I guess show you guys the finished result. So let me get to that. I'm gonna replay a clip real quick, and I think it is a clip of me absolutely destroying the new door handle I just got from the junkyard. But it's okay, because I have an extra one. This one came with the car, and I think it'll work just fine. I'll show you the aftermath of the other one. Every single clip is broken. Oh, except for this one. But this clip, and this clip all just sheared right off because I didn't pull the door handle out before I took the door panel off. So keep that in mind if you're doing the same thing I'm doing. So everything is reconnected now and all the doors open from all the sides, as you can see. I know we didn't work on that one, but that one opens. That door opens from the inside now as well. And this one opens from the outside and the inside as well. Next plan of action in the next video will be possibly getting the little nubs. They're just cosmetic, so I don't care that much, but it would be a good thing to have. Figured out the reason none of the other windows rolled down is literally just because I had the child lock or whatever on or off or whatever. It was like this. Now all the other ones roll down except for this one, which was the one with all the plugs removed. So I'm assuming someone went to fix that and they just didn't do it right. So all right, that's all for this video. In the next video, we're gonna get into some engine tune-up related things, spark plugs, fluids, gaskets, things of that nature. We're really trying to get this car nice before we do any heavy modifications, or at least nicer than it is. I'm sure you guys heard when the car was turned on in the video, it has a pretty bad misfire right now. So we're gonna get that taken care of. And yeah, let me know what you want to see. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you have something to tell me or ask me, leave a comment. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Y'all have a good day.